Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, let's take a look at Tesla stock. There's just over a minute still left for the market to close, but that will soon happen. So in this video, let's go over the price action, the important key levels. Tesla was green at one point today. Right now it's red. However, there's still a lot of good stuff in the price action. As for the bulls, we'll go over the bearish cases as well, but still after today, as well after the price close, Tesla is still technically in the bullish structure. Now let's take a look at all of that. But before that, I also want to let you know, none of this is any financial advice and it's only for education purposes. So let's start off with my day trading bot. So what did Tesla do today, right? Like it was first falling, went up, zigzaggy, and my day trading bot was still able to come out profitable and make money. You can see the data on the left side of the table here. There are red days as well, but what you see is what you get. It's right over here on the table, right? And if you need access to my tools, links are in the description below. So I'm happy with the overall net profitability of the bot on Tesla for this day trading bot. I have a swing bot as well. But anyways, now taking a look at this overall structure here, we still are technically, guys, bullish, right? Like overall structure. I provided you with this blue box down here, 233 around this area, right? One of the areas to watch, but until then, Tesla is still in a bullish territory, and this is for the reason that, guys, once we gapped lower here, we got bought back up and candle went higher up, and that's why it is a good demand zone. First time when it will be tested, there's a likelihood, together with the combination of 20 days moving average in this blue box, we'll still see a rebound to the upside. And this is not a bearish structure. This is still technically an ongoing uptrend. We haven't even yet lost a pivot over here, 245. If we lose this pivot, and this is what is all about distribution phase, is that you can still trade both upside or downside on intraday level, but overall structure, as I'm saying, we haven't become bearish on this. We are not in the downtrend. That would be only if we eventually start to lose this blue box down here and we lose this 20 days moving average, then at least some weakness would come. Otherwise, no. Overall structure pullbacks until then are just still going to needs to be taken as pullbacks into these overall structure and in an uptrend. But anyways, having said that though, like how do we trade at these levels? What are the important levels to watch for intraday? So definitely keep an eye on this blue box down here. Even if we come down here, this will be a significant price action area with the 20 days moving average. But for the near term, let's go to the hourly interval. So I drew this this trend line, downward facing trend line, right? So the plan yesterday was, because we are still above 200 hours moving average, right? And I mentioned yesterday that, guys, if you see any pivot close to 200 hours moving average with the yesterday's pivot right over here, which was this pretty much candle, and then we can go and climb all the way up to this trend line. And you can see first we were rejecting this trend line for 2 hours. You can see those wicks as well. And that's why I said take partial profits out here. And then we finally broke out of it. That was another time to take more partial profits. The thing is that we didn't see a continuation, right? So once we went up and then broke below and failed to continue higher, failed to hold this level again of 253 and 63 cents of the intraday, if any position was left, let's say partial profits were taken over here with this long position, as my bot also gave really well position according to these principles today, and I just showed you in the beginning of this video, you can just rewind and take a look at that. And then partial profits were taken here by my bot as well, some partial profits here. And then once we lost the trend line back into the downside, lost these levels, this was the time to fully get out, because we are losing the level and we are staying below that trend line. So yes, we are still rejecting that trend line eventually, right? And from here on, if we have to continue higher tomorrow, we have to get out of this trend line while staying above the 200 hours moving average. So this is what we are watching for tomorrow. If we lose tomorrow 200 hours moving average, I won't be surprised that we'll be testing into this blue box. So accordingly, that particular play could be taken. But just be careful. I would say 200 hours moving average and also the level of 245 and 80 cents tomorrow, the combination to watch for a short play. But if we stay above this area, similar area, we see again pivots forming, pullbacks forming, and with the continuation, if we get out of this trend line as well tomorrow, that will be an upside play. So accordingly, it distribution phases, this is what it's all about. You can still trade both sides, intraday up or down, and these are the levels to watch for potential price action on Tesla. Overall, yes, even though we are rejecting that overhead trend line, you are still able to take both sides of trades, right? Intraday upside, intraday downside, all right? But as I said today, that even if we reject this trend line, if you have seen my yesterday video, I mentioned that it's unlikely that we'll break 200 hours moving average today if we went up first and then try to reject that trend line. And literally, you can see we ran out of time, right, throughout the day. And that's why I mentioned that it's even if we reject trend line, that we won't break 200 hours moving average today, right after going up. So you get my point, right? So that's that on Tesla here, guys. So let's go to the weekly interval. Let's see how things are looking like. And yeah, so we have a red candle, but as I said, all from the daily interval, guys, right now we are still in the bullish structure. But weekly, that's still, I mean, I'm not worried about this little bit of sell-offs. I would be, look, Tesla will start to come to the downside if we, as I said, we'll start to lose this blue box area, $240 down to 234 almost, and we start to lose 20 days moving average on Tesla eventually. If that starts to happen, then definitely you can expect some cool-offs. Right now, even though we, as I showed you the trend line, we are having lower pivots, but so lower highs, but we haven't lost this pivot area that Tesla is still in. So yeah, technically this is where it's like indecisiveness. You can trade intradays, and either side break will give it that massive move, right? Again, just because we have extra support to the downside, coming from the downside, I mean, it's just that it's still bulls are in more control, and these pullbacks will be, you are better to trade this type of action with staying with the overall structure, let the pullback happens and trade it to the upside. That way you won't be stressed out with the stop losses. Otherwise, yes, you can still trade intraday shorts at these little bit of falls, right? But you have to be very precise with your stop losses, and because the overall structure is not in your favor, right? So yeah, so I like to stay with the overall structure and let the pullback happens and then see the price action at those levels, which I have been providing you from last couple of days at these significant levels. And if you have been just following those levels and areas, you are already making money intraday long. And short, again, with those trend lines, if you are following those as well, you can technically take both sides of trades as per these price actions, right? So as I talked to you guys, like up and down, right? So that was that for the play today. We found a pivot, we found a support, went up to the trend line, told you guys take partial profits here, and then once we went up here, again partial profits, and if once we broke below, couldn't hold this level, that means it's time to get fully out, right? And then let it do its thing. And if you want to short, you can short here with the stop loss on the other side, and then take partial profits by the end of the day. That's the day trading principles, right? All right, okie dokie. Well, guys, I think that's all for Tesla. So yeah, I mean, market is selling off, right? I did a video with SPY and QQ and the tech stocks, but Tesla still fared well. At one point, it was quite up, and it still did better than the overall market. Like if I show you SPY is in a brutal sell-off. To know more about the SPY technicals, guys, check out my video that I did on my channel, SPY and QQ. And while we are talking about this, guys, I also want to point you to my dividend investing channel, because I did a video today and I have started to label them as episodes so that you can track them easily. So this is the 23rd video, and I bought some tech ETF today. And why so? The reasoning behind it, everything I have talked about it in this video, so check it out on my channel. My profits looks amazing on my portfolio as well. Check it out on my channel, guys. If the link to this channel will be in the description of this video. And yeah, a lot of new stuff I'm talking about today in these videos, guys. So subscribe here as well if you want to follow along in this journey of mine of dividend investing portfolio. This is my public facing portfolio that I'm building here. And as I said, this is my 23rd video, and I have been sharing this from last 2 months, all the updates. And yeah. All right, guys. So what else? Guys, that's pretty much it for this video. All right. And if you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe, and we do have some articles here. But again, that's fine. But Morgan Stanley says that they are still with 310 price target for Tesla, which is great, good stuff. And all right, guys, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.